3 lead their division this season. So let's do a little rain check, shall we? And check in on a few of these teams. Jeezy, start us off.
Yeah, I'm going with the Kansas City Chiefs in last place, but only 2 games back. And look, theoretically, the Chargers could lose to the Ravens. The Chiefs could beat the Washington football team, and all of a sudden they'd be only 1 game back. But I don't know. I'm just not seeing it with this Chiefs team. I don't think there's enough talent on the defensive side of the ball right now. I don't think they're going to repeat. I think it's going to be the Los Angeles Chargers that in the end are going to have the division crown here. Chiefs got a tough schedule. Justin Herbert's playing so well. Give me the Chargers.
Well, let's talk about the team that the Chiefs lost to this week. I just checked in on the Bills, and they look better than ever. Not surprised because I listened to Mike Robb, and he saw this coming from a zillion miles away. Josh Allen, yes, looking every bit like the MVP caliber player that emerged last season, but this defense is what I've been loving. They've seen the biggest improvement, 2 shutouts this season, top 5 in every important category. And shout out Gregory Rousseau. That's exactly what they needed. The AFC runs through Buffalo, Mike Robb.
Yeah, Gregory Rousseau is balling, and so is my Buffalo Bills. But I'm looking at this Pittsburgh Steelers team. Mike Tomlin, I'm sorry, bruh. Y'all ain't going to the playoffs. Y'all go. We usually talk about teams going from worst to first. I think the Steelers are going to go from first to worst, backwards, man. I mean, Ben Roethlisberger still playing the short game. They just got their 100-yard rushing attack together last week for the first time all season. People got to remember, when this Pittsburgh Steelers team were winning Super Bowls, they were running the football, and Big Ben was a lot more athletic in the pocket than what we're seeing him in the current version of Ben Roethlisberger.
All right, I've got Washington. Jameis Winston threw a 72-yard bomb, then a Hail Mary against Washington. And they've allowed now 4 passing touchdowns in each of their last 3 games, tied for the longest streak by any team since at least 1940. This defense has not been good, and head coach Ron Rivera was pressed by reporters about a potential change in scheme or even the staff. He's not going to do it. He's not going to be calling any plays for the defense. A lot of inconsistency on that side of the ball. The tackling hasn't been great. Love Heineke's confidence, but he also threw 2 picks, so the recklessness sometimes, that'll end up catching up to you.
That defense not showing up, one of the biggest surprises so far this season. So that's our rain check there. But speaking of rain, let's check in with our reigning fantasy champion, Adam Rank. He's Rankin Hood this week, and oh my goodness, he did not really cut any corners with this one. We can't hear you yet. Let's get to it with Rankin Hood. You there?
What's
yes.
going on?
Okay, there we go.
Oh my God.
Our fearless fantasy experts here.
Hold on,
okay,
Colleen.
okay.
I've got a few issues to address. Number 1, I'm following Sir Stats a lot on Twitter. I don't want to follow him on the show. How dare you? You don't follow children, puppies, or puppets. Also, Will Selva, how dare you act about you're above it all? If you want to go back and cover Long Beach State volleyball, I'm sure that could be arranged, okay? So hold on. Go back to Googling Sir Mix-a-Lot lyrics, okay? And by the way, Colleen,
oh, wow.
Hold on. Listen, I've got plenty of arrows here to shoot.
Rankin Hood.
Already. Listen, I don't know if they're going to cut my mic again or not. So here's my thing. I want to know which version of Robin Hood Colleen will be Googling during my segment. Will it be the Costner? Will it be the cartoon? the Ansel Egots? I don't know.
That's a great question. I don't know either yet. I'll have to spend the entire segment thinking about it,
Lots of
figuring
callbacks.
it out. So let's get you started here, Rankin Hood. He's got a lot. He aired a lot of grievances off of the top. I'm not sure we're going to have time for all of these. So, how about a quarterback that'll shoot arrows through opposing defenses?
Well, let's start with Trevor Lawrence. Of course, the NFL draft is designed to help the poorer franchises get better. It hasn't set up yet for the Jacksonville Jaguars, but it's getting better. Over the last 2 games, Trevor Lawrence has had 25 rushing yards and a rushing touchdown, including one that was ruled down at the 1, or not including that one. So we've seen a lot of positives for him. He's going up against the Miami Dolphins, of course, who've allowed the 6th most fantasy points to quarterbacks this season. And as a matter of fact, I'm starting him over Kirk Cousins, who's been stealing from the Vikings for years, although you didn't hear that from me.
Listen, Rankinhood, I have loved your accent. It's been more consistent than Kevin Costner's in the movie, so that's actually pretty good. But listen,
he dropped the Boston accent in 13 days.
He did, and the Robin Hood accent, I think, as well in Waterworld. But we'll talk about that another time, Rankinhood. So, right now, my fantasy tight ends, they're driving me insane. So, do you have one that'll provide the riches that fantasy managers across the territory can really sink their teeth into?
Oh, you nailed that one. Well done. I'm going to go with Dan Arnold. Let's stick with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Of course, Dan Arnold recently acquired from the Cardinals of Arizona, and he has become the right-hand man of Trevor Lawrence, the Friar Tuck, if you will. He had 8 targets last week against the Tennessee Titans. He's run routes on 77% of his pass plays. That's second on the team. And the matchup... Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry about that. Somebody's trying to make off with my Dan Arnold pick. But here's the thing. Like you said, Will, there's such a dearth at the tight end position. Gronk is out. Kittle's out. Kyle Pitts is on a bye. So Dan Arnold is somebody to pick up if you've already missed out on Ricky Seals-Jones.
Nothing like ripping Costner for dropping the accent and then dropping the accent yourself right after that.
I stick with it, Garofalo. It's commitment. Is it awful? Yes. But do I stick with it? Yes. I do.
It started to go in and out a little bit. New York flavor, maybe?
Yes, hold on. Time out. We got to get through this segment. In the immortal words of Bryan Adams in the smash hit, Everything I Do It For You from Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Yes. Will, search your heart. Yes. Search your soul for a running back, please.
You know what? I'm going to go with Khalil Herbert, and you might be able to steal him off your waiver wire right now. Of course not if you're in a league with me, because I picked him up last week. And speaking of last week, he ran the ball 18 times against the Las Vegas Raiders. That led the team, and that was before Damian Williams was added to the COVID-19 list. This week, he's going up against the Green Bay Packers, who've allowed a running back to score more than 15 fantasy points in each of the last 3 games. And that's the way you've got to attack the Green Bay Packers. Oh, I didn't have one. By the way, I'm sorry that I have to learn these accents in about 18 hours. I have other shows, you know.
I don't know what you're talking about, Rankinhood. You did a fantastic job out there in that forest with Garofalo and the apple on top of his head. So make sure you practice your archery skills while you're honing up on your all of the accents as well. Great job.
A lot going on here.
You're a hero.
Looks like Cupid's
There he goes. Adam Brank. We got another hero coming up. Mike Robb. We have the real Mike Robb report. So Thomas wants to know, how can the Panthers offense adjust without McCaffrey? Seems like the offense is lost without him, Mike Robb.